In this video, I will show you how I made $6,000 by taking one good trade right at the market open. I will start with breaking down the technical analysis of the stock, the reason for my entry, the reason for my exit, because this was a really good trade. My risk on this trade was approximately $1,500 to $2,000 and I made $6,000. That means the reward to risk ratio was more than 3 to 1, approximately 4 to 1, which is an amazing risk to reward for taking a trade right at the market open. So if you guys want all the tips and tricks to score a perfect trade like this one right at the market open, make sure that you guys watch this video till the end. Let's first start with my game plan for the day that I post every single market open day in our Discord group, and I even discuss this exact play, the pre-market levels in the pre-market webinar that we have for our Discord members every single market open day. If you guys want to join our Discord group, the link will be in the description box below. The trade I took on this day right at the market open was on Tesla, because Tesla has been in a nice downtrend for the past 2-3 weeks, right? But on Friday last week, we pushed towards the upside with strong green candle and we found a bottom around $600 level. We moved from a low of $600 to a high of $780 without giving any consolidation. But the prior day, so this was on Tuesday last week, we got one consolidation day. So this is kind of looking like a bull flag strategy. This is not the best bull flag in the world because ideally on the consolidation day you need low volume, but the volume was high on this day. But still, after this huge push up recently, we got one red day, and that is the reason I was watching Tesla for a break towards the upside, because if we get the next momentum towards the upside, we might even break 780 and test $800 level, and that was my game plan looking at the daily chart heading into this day. Now here's a 1 minute chart of Tesla right before the market open on 1st of June 2022, and we can see that I would say majority of the pre-market session Tesla was holding above the VWAP, which is a positive sign for a break towards the upside, because on the daily chart it was looking bullish, on the hourly chart it was looking bullish. I follow the top down approach, I like to go with the trend, and in the pre-market as well we are holding above the VWAP, which is a positive sign. Now as a day trader, I like Tesla more towards the upside unless we see a clean sell off right at the market open, but my plan heading into this day is that Tesla is holding strong in the pre-market with strong daily chart and the hourly chart. I want to look at my levels for a pullback entry, and we can see cleanly right here in the pre-market we bounced off this level once, twice, thrice. So this level was acting as resistance. The same level started acting as support right here. So if I draw a line right around this level, we can see that this 754.76 and 755 level, which is a good psychological level as well, was holding as resistance around 4 to 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. EST before the market open in the pre-market. And this same level started acting as support right here. So once we broke above 755, we found this 755 as support, and the VWAP was right around 755 as well. So now let's focus on the price action just before the market open, because if you guys have seen my recent recaps, you guys know that I don't like trading breakouts these days. I want to enter on the pullback. I want to enter at the hold of a level to catch the break towards the upside or towards the downside. On this day, Tesla was holding in the pre-market until 9:26 a.m. This candle, Tesla was holding $760 level. So I was a bit too sad, because if Tesla opens at 760, I won't take this trade because I don't want to take the breakout of $760 level towards the upside. But to my surprise, and fortunately around 9:27 a.m., we dropped from 760 to around 755, and you guys know, as I talked about, I was watching 755 level for a pullback entry for the break of pre-market high and continuation move towards the upside, and we finally got a pullback to 755 right before the market even opened. From 9:27 to around 9:30 a.m., 9:29 a.m., just before the market opened, we dropped from 760, we found support at $755 level, and in the pre-market we were holding 755 as well. Plus there is VWAP right around 755. So this blue line is the VWAP, which act as this very strong support and resistance right at the market open. So I was watching the hold of the VWAP as well for a potential entry point, and everything is tagged around $755 level. So now at the market open, my entry on this trade was after the first 30 seconds of market open. It was not at 9:30 a.m. 006 seconds. I actually waited for the first 30 seconds, which is not a lot of time to be honest. But for the first 30 seconds, I was seeing a drop to 755. It happened maybe a few times, maybe 2-3 times. Drop to 755, buyers were trying to hold 755. Second time it dropped to 755, the bid stepped back above 757 and the big orders were going through above 755. The third time this happened, this was around 9:30 a.m., 30 seconds. I will post a screenshot of my fills right at the top so you guys can see my entry was after the first 30 seconds of the open. The third time Tesla dipped to the $755 level, the bid stepped up aggressively and we went from 755 to 757 in matter of few milliseconds, and that was my entry point. I clicked my hotkey to get filled around 757 with the stop loss under 755 or maybe 754. So that means if my entry is at 757 and if the stock goes against me around 754 to 755 most likely, I'm gonna lose maybe $100 or $150 worst case scenario per contract. On this trade, I entered 760 calls, same week expiry contracts, and I took 15 contracts. So my risk on this trade was approximately $1,500 if I lose $100 a contract, or worst case scenario, approximately $2,200 if I lose in case $150 a contract. So now my entry was at 9:30 a.m., 28 seconds. My fill price was 19.52, and you guys can see within the next 1 minute, my premiums went from 19.52 to approximately 21.86. After the breakout pre-market high, I had no reason to exit. On the next minute, when Tesla broke this high of the day, $762 level, I took 5 contracts out at a fill price of approximately 21.86. And on the same minute, at 9:32 a.m. candle, this candle, my premiums went to $24. That means my entry was at 19.52. And on the next minute, my premiums went from 19.52 to a high of approximately $24. That means each contract moved approximately $450 in my favor by only holding this trade for 1.5 minutes. And that is the beauty of reading the tape, because if you guys spend enough time looking at the tape right at the market open, you will be sometimes able to score really good entries like this one. And if you get a really good entry, it's all about holding your winner. I had an option to take all of my position out right here, making approximately $2,000-3,000. But when I get a really good entry like this one, I want to maximize my profits because I know I'm in the driving seat right now. I have a really good entry with a very tight risk. If this stock goes in my favor, it's all about reward to risk ratio. If I would have taken all my profits out right here, yes, I would have made most likely $2,000 on this trade, but my risk was $1,500 as I said earlier. So the reward to risk ratio is not the best, right? So it's not only about looking at your P&L, because when you size up, when you want to grow your position sizing, it's not about how much money you make based on the dollar amount. It's about the percentage risk to reward. So for example, if you can make $1,000 by risking $200, that is a really good trade. And same thing, if you are able to make $10,000 or maybe $100,000 by risking $20,000, that is the same trade. So you have to look at the percentage risk to reward if you want to take your trading to the next level. You guys will see my exits right at the top. I kept taking my profits right here, and I took majority of my position out by the time we made this candle, 9:33 a.m. candle, because I caught a really good move in my favor. Again, my entry was at 757 with a stop loss at 754, and the stock price is at 767, which is a very good reward to risk ratio, taking a trade right at the market open. I took 12 of my contracts out. I was expecting a bit of a pullback, but we held the VWAP, we held the $760 level. That is the reason on this candle at 9:36 a.m. candle, I took another contract out at a fill price of 25.74. For the remaining 2 contracts, my stop loss was the VWAP. I was holding 2 of my contracts because my plan was that if we get the break of $770 level and $780 level, which was approximately the prior day high, we might even go to $800 level. So I risked 2 of my contracts to see if we can get to 780 or not. But unfortunately, we broke the VWAP towards a downside. So I covered the remaining 2 contracts at a fill price of 22.37, which is still an amazing trade, because if we forget about this move, my entry was at 19.52. Even on this drop from the VWAP, my exit was at 22.37, which is still an amazing trade overall, making $6,000 by only holding this trade for 13 minutes. So that is it, guys. Let's now take a look at my P&L. If I catch a move like this, making 4-to-1 reward to risk ratio right at the market open, I'm going to call it a day. My first entry was at 9:30 a.m. My last partial was at 9:43 a.m. in total making approximately $6,000 on one good trade. And if I'm going to rate this trade, I'm going to give it A plus grade, because first of all, my entry was on freaking point. My entry was on point. My exits were also really good because I held on to my winner, and my trading plan was also good. Because I always talk about this in our Discord group that taking a good trade is a combination of three things. The first thing is to have a valid trade idea. My trade idea on this trade was really good, and to have a really good entry, that means your risk should be defined. Don't chase a stock or don't have FOMO or anything like that. And the third point, very important point, is to focus on the exit. That means if the trade goes against you, you are able to cut your loser, and if the trade goes in your favor, you are able to hold on to your winner. On this trade, all these 3 points, trade idea, entries and exits, were really good. That's why I give this trade A plus grade. And if you guys are A plus, you need to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit the bell notifications because it helps out the channel a lot to grow and reach new traders out there. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, that is a must follow, because first of all, I already posted about this day on my Instagram, and also I had a 16K week. I post a lot about my trading and my life outside of trading on my Instagram as well. So that is a must follow. The link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.